I got a mighty 4.
I got a hot 1.
Nice. I'm gonna do my intro while I'm getting our hands and stuff.
For sure.
Alright guys, so you caught me and Mario from Highlander TCG. He got second place using Hirana at the Wixoss ceremony. We're playing a friendly game together to test this Nova versus Hirana matchup. He's probably one of the better Hirana players out there, and he can give any Nova player a run for their money. So even though this matchup is maybe favored for me, I think he's got good tech to really put me in my place. So I can't think any way out of him. But what's going to happen is I can't show my hand because we're playing live, but I'm going to talk you through the process that I'm going through. And before we really get started, I do want to plug that we've got the selector circuit coming up. So if you guys want to play with me or Mario in the future Wixoss event here, you can get your chance. Sign up for the selector circuit. Again, the links are in the description below. So we're hyping that up. At the start here, I'm seeing that my hand has a Fenrir, a Typo, a Random Drain, a Ishikiri Maru, and a Komai. So against pretty much every deck, I'm going to put back anything but a level 1 in this because I just need to get the wall of Nova started immediately.
I'll be keeping my hand.
Plus, I need to get as many guards as possible, especially in an aggro matchup. Now, I wouldn't normally know that this is an aggro matchup, but it's worth mentioning it for this time around. So, let's go ahead and get that 4. Cool. And then I'll put down my life clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going first. Opening my hand here, I can see that I've got more level 1s. I've got a Typo, a Triumph, another Komai back in my hand, and a Folklore added to my my Zhao that I now have. So it's a good starting thing. I'll say that I'm keeping now. Hey, I'm going to keep as well. I'm ready to go when you are.
Yep, I'm good to go.
Sweet. Good luck, man.
Good luck to you, too.
Alright, so I'm going to draw for turn. And I get a Tree Froggy here. So I've got several level 2s. This is kind of a hand that I'm looking for. I've got 3 level 1s, 2 level 2s, and a level 3 here. So I know that I'm good up until my late game now, but I got to decide on what I'm going to enter. So honestly, I'm going to enter this Komai because you want to live to the late game, so you want to get there. Sometimes you want to enter a blue source because you want to get Random Drain online, but that's only if you got to open your hand. Otherwise, I just depend on Bang to do it. I'm going to grow Nova, and then I'm going to grow Tamago. Oh, I'm actually going to grow Bang first. Looks like the Heart of the Cards wants me to do that. So I'm going to enter charge 2, and then get a no level 1s, which is okay. It just means that I'm not going to Typo immediately. But I really don't Typo immediately normally against Hirana anyways. And then I'm going to draw 2 off of the Tamago. And we got another Komai and another Triumph. So what I'm going to do here...
I'm seeing the lack of level 1s in your enter.
That is true, but I mean, you could vanish them if you want, and they'll have them.
True.
So normally that is actually what I do. I usually play out what I think are my weakest level 1s turn 1, right? Because he's got a... he's got the ability to play against Akino, and so he can bounce something back, and then he can vanish. Normally, what I think is the right move to do in this scenario is to vanish by just attacking, because you want to save your Akino for later. So I'm going to play the Triumphs out first, and normally I play Triumphs in this lane and this lane, and that way I can dodge things that might do center lane stuff. Hey, I think that's a big end of my turn now.
Yeah, I was really hoping you'd have 2 5Ks.
But inevitably, he's either going to bounce one or he's not. He might... It'd be weird. I mean, he could attack one into vanish. And if he does, then that's fine. What I'll do is I'll enter charge the Triumph before his Lancelot can come online. Right now, I'm just dodging Ramel. That's the only thing I'm worried about. And if he... Deafening Infernos, I think I actually am probably... I'm going to counter it with my my piece that I'm running, just because I don't want to have lanes opened early. So, cool. seeing a Rose Quartz in the enter early means that's one less Rose Quartz I got to deal with later down the line. Rose Quartz is one of the ways this deck loses. The main way this deck loses against a no limit is if they open up a lane and then they put down a like a Nobunaga to do a double crush. And I really you can see right now I've got 7 life cloth. I need to keep my thing alive pretty immediately. I'll let him pay for it and then just go in here and go.
Your responses here?
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna end that turn. You just need to end these early turns with a plethora of life cloth. You need several. So it's okay to end of turn early like this.
Go to attacks.
Hey, I've got no responses. Go for it. So he's going to try to enter starve me here, interestingly enough. And no life burst. And then I do not have a guard in my opening hand like I wanted to get. So that's going to put, again here, we're going to lose that. But being at the end of turn with 5 life cloth remaining is where you want to be. So I'm going to draw, and I'm going to draw. And I just drew a guard, which is great. We're going to enter for turn, and we'll toss this typo in here. And I don't really care. We're going to win this long game, so I'm going to sacrifice that triumph immediately. I don't want to be greedy, and I will lose if I have a Lancelot, if I go against a Lancelot. So I'm really just going to try to close every single hole possible. So the easiest way to do that, we're going to grow, and don't forget that with our Nova. We're going to pay for it. And we'll start out with a Comey. We don't have access to end of turn anymore, but if we were going to hit a guard or something on this life cloth and bring the Comey back, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I do have 2 level 2s in my hand, so I'm going to start putting up the wall of Nova, and I'm going to put out the typo as well. Hey, I'm going to once a turn sacrifice, so that way I don't get Lancelotted to death.
You sure?
I think that's the right way to go. This will force him to use the Akino this turn, and that's just one less thing I've got to deal with in the long game. So I've got a limit of 5. We look at what's going on here. We're going to put the 10,000 and the 10,000 down, and then we're going to put the typo, and that's going to get a boost, but it doesn't get a boost on our turn, so we got to make sure we're doing it that way. Even though I'm losing a card this long way, I'd rather do it this way. Hey, I'm going to go into attacks.
You're good to go.
I'm going to do a double vanish, and then, supply you with that enter. I'm going to attack you with typo.
We'll vanish the typo.
That's fair. I guess if you can't Lancelot it, you can do that. Attack with the Nova. That's it. That's my turn.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, unfortunate life burst. I think the 8k life burst is actually pretty good against Nova. So if you guys are looking to tech, I don't thoroughly enjoy going against that type of thing here. Just tilting up my card to make it a little bit more readable. With the glaring light that I've got. So, okay, so what am I afraid is going to happen here? He can wreck my hand, certainly, by just doing like a lunar blade here, as well as go into his Ray discard, which would be pretty good against me. It would drop me down to 1 plus random discard means that I'm going to lose my guard. I don't think it's going to happen. Usually, these guys try to hold it so that way they can do it to refuel after I, and not give me any good hand pie destruction targets, right? Because if he goes up in hand right now and then does it, like, I can easy hand pie destruction.
I'll skip enter.
Sure. And I think it's totally fair to skip enter. It's gonna, that way it allows you to just have more cards in hand, since I'm gonna start draining them. So I think it's totally fine to skip enter here. Akino is going to bounce, and I'm going to get hit for 2 no matter what, so I'm probably going to be forced into having to do some amount of probably Bang Crescendo early. I'm not going to get a good Bang Crescendo target against him. Like, it's just not going to happen in this game. Like, he is not.
We'll bounce the Folklore.
He's just not going to give me a good chance to Bang Crescendo or Bang DeCapo to stop it. He's going to exceed early. Look at him go. Yeah. He's forcing my hand here for sure. The question is, do we want to go full in on the board control? And I think the answer might be yes, right? Because we have 3 enter, another enter to draw, and then we'll still be able to go full in, and then we'll have guard recursion every turn. And yes, 1 guard recursion is not going to help me here.
We'll go to attacks.
Yeah, can you tell me how many cards you got in hand?
2 cards.
Thank you. Okay, so the reason I asked how many cards does he have in hand is just because it matters for like
Attack's fine.
Whether I want to do this stuff or not. Yeah, you forced me. I know. I'm doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and Tamago first. We'll tap down Volcanic. And then I'm going to pay for 1 of its enters here. And I'm going to pay with the blue just because that's the least needed right now to draw 2 cards. And I drew another guard. That's good. I like that. Then the question is, do I want to see if my Life Cloth can deal with one of these things? And I think the answer is it might be able to, especially if I have the thing. But no, I think I'm going to just go for it immediately. I'm getting really pressured here. So let's spend the blue, white, and this green to Bang DeCapo for 2 instances of damage protection. Pay the full amount for 2 instances of damage protection.
You got it.
And that's it on my end.
2 fake swings here, and then we'll outright attack.
Sure. I got a guard.
You got it.
Alright, so this will up phase, right? And he's giving me no good targets to up, or to bounce to his hand, for when I inevitably go to do my grow here. We're going to choose what we're going to. I just drew a random drain and a maze, so just for a recap, I've got a Zhao Yun, a Typo, a Triumph, and a Servant as my level 1s. I've got a Folklore as my level 2, Komi and a Fenrir as my level 3, and then a random drain here. We're going to probably want to do some amount of level 1s. I'm going to do the Triumph as my enter for the turn, and then I'm going to grow. I'm going to bounce. I'm going to bounce your multicolored. The reason why is that just deprives him of like white. Not that he needs it right now, but it could matter later down the line. And then it also, I want to kill that 10,000. Just get it out of the way is really what it is. So I'm going to probably end up once a gaming right now, as well as Hampai Destruction early. I know it's super early, but this plus the Fenrir or the random drain will get me what I need. I have full limit, so I guess I should start up a wall, and I probably should go Komi, Fenrir, and Folklore as my plays here. Seem about right. And then I'm just going to vanish stuff. I'm not going to use Komi's ability yet. So I'll put the Komi down here. And we'll put it in the center, because that's going to be the juiciest target. And then we got a Harmony. So, boop, Harmony. I'll put the Fenrir out. Freeze are 2 guys! And really, that's all Fenrir does with the freezing, is just stop things around here. Then I'm going to put down the Folklore, and then what I'll end up doing is once a gaming, take all of these and put it under. And then I'm going to Hampai Destruction. Hampai Destruction, and I activated the once a game. and I'm going to go to attack phase.
You're good to go.
Cool, I think holding it's the right move to do anyways. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I'll attack to vanish. Oh, sorry, since we attack we've got the discard trigger.
Oh yeah, I discarded first of all.
Great, sorry, didn't see it. Cool. And then going to attacks, I will go ahead and attack to vanish. And attack to vanish. And I'll attack with Komai. And then I'll attack with Nova. Nova's got 2 triggers. I'll grab the guard out of my trash, put it in my hand in a second. I'll make you discard 2 at random.
And then the attack goes through.
Yep.
You played around the Cena, nice.
And that's it. So yeah, we only made him discard 2 at random here, but often against No Limit, you don't have the time to actually do stuff. And the truth is, this is forcing them, and hey, I put that guard back in my hand, so I have 2 guards now. This is actually good for the late game. You want to maneuver in a situation where you have 2 guards, so that way, when inevitably they use their once-a-game ability, it won't matter. You have 2 guards to deal with it. We're looking really strong here now that I've got 5 life cloth. And the scariest thing
How many cards are in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Gotcha, thank you.
The scariest thing that No Limit can do is have that Akino open at the end of the game. Forcing him to use the Akino bye-bye as soon as possible is really a priority in this type of game. There's also worlds, by the way, where you don't attack with the Komai.
I'll skip enter.
They often skip enter just because they're not gonna, you're gonna keep supplying them with enter. The more you attack, the more you run them out of cards in hand, right? He currently has 2 cards in hand. He's gonna do this. He's gonna get up himself to 3 cards in hand. That's gonna be able to fill out a field. And then he can search a little deeper with the Ray. And this is also a benefit for having 2 cards in hand right now, is unless his Ray gets super, super lucky, he's going to have a hard time stopping this. And yeah, so what I was saying is you want to just run them out of field just because it helps to force cards out of their hands. My goal isn't to make him go down to 0 cards. My goal is to really limit his options. Pick your favorite card.
We'll do Nova and Fenrir.
Seems like good ones. Let's see. That's a good one.
Okay. Alright, we like those.
I would have liked to keep the random drain, to be honest with you. Because it would have been good at specifically here. Sometimes you keep either a Fenrir or a random drain, just so that way you can snag the last guard or 2 in their hands that they try to do. They pull up. It just means that the game goes a little bit longer here. And by ripping cards out of my hands, it doesn't actually stop me from gaining card advantage over time, especially with Nova's natural ability. But what it does do is it hurts my enter more than anything else, because sometimes you got to keep cards in hand or you got to play to the field. So but yeah, sometimes you don't attack with the Komai, by the way, just so that way you can leave up a ability of being able to just, like, especially against a crowded field, like, just so that way if they open that lane, you can pay for it. But I don't have a plethora of enter here. And he's definitely doing the math on how to kill me, right? There's 5 here, and all my life cloth are pretty defensive, as life cloth should be, but Nova's is specifically defensive. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. So, like, you can open up holes here.
We'll hit the Folklore.
And there's not a ton I can do about it because of just because I've already spent the Bang to Capo, right? So theoretically, he could get me down to 1 life cloth, which is super uncomfortable. But being double crush is an option. That means if he opens up my whole field and he goes for a double crush, I have double the chance to get a lane filling card, which would ruin the opening of the field. And I run more lane filling than the average Nova deck does. I really like that type of effect. So I'm currently running 6 of those types of effect. 4 Ishis and then 2 of those fishies. I can't remember which one. Yeah, that makes sense. So he's going to do this. But see, it'll pay off because inevitably he's going to have to blow his enter to do so. Nice. So we avoided the assassin turn here, but we are going to still get double crushed. He's going to have to choose whether or not he wants to use his Glory Grow now. And he absolutely could. There's no reason he wouldn't. He would put me back up to no matter what, if he Glory Grows without using his once a game ability, he's going to put me back up to 2 guards. So I will be able to block 1 and then do it. So this is fine. I just take the turn off from Glory Growing. Or from guarding.
Nobunaga will get double crush.
Yeah, I hear double crush is pretty good.
It is fairly nice.
So yeah, this is one of the ways that they win it. But luckily at 5 life cloth, it becomes a lot harder to win it at double that. So we vanish here, sure.
I'll shoot Folklore out of your enter.
I would have taken the... All right, let's see it. Double crush. Neither one have effects. It's a little sad to see a bunch of level 3s in there, though. So I can't guard, but I did find the fishy. Haha, my fishy tech.
Whoa, the 12k, another one.
Look, man, sometimes you need more walls. I'll do the life burst. I'll look at the top 3 and pull 1 into my hand or on the field.
Sure thing.
Okay, so I see a guard here, and I also see a Demeter, but I think it's time to turn on some gas. Looking at my hand, I have white, but not things that get around his life burst. So this is a little bit of a dangerous situation. I do need to turn on the gas, so I think it is correct to take the Demeter here, but I'll put it in my hand rather than taking the Ishikiri, which normally I would take in this scenario. Take this Demeter to my hand. I really would have liked to have more than 1 life burst on those effects, but, you know, I will take what I'm given here. So, I'll put that guy back, up everything. We'll draw 2. 1, 2. We drew 2 Demeters here. Wow! Okay, so we are distinctly lacking some good white walls here. We have to hope... Let's check how many cards he has in hand. How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 0.
Nice. So we'll go ahead and enter something here. I think it's probably best to enter the Zhao Yun. We aren't going to be able to kill that. We're not going to be able to kill the Double Crush. Not that it matters anymore at this point. So it just probably matters that we enter something here. So I'm going to enter this Zhao Yun. It's not doing much for us. And I will play Demeter. And I'll play it to be able to vanish. So we'll play that. And well, tell him that. And then we'll play Typo over in this spot. Not that it matters. It's going to die here. I'm well aware of that. But this will trigger stuff when we go into attack phases. I don't think there's anything else I can do. So just going to attacks and stopping him from being able to do much is going to be good. Now he has, I think, the win, because all he has to do if he plays Burning Curiosity, which I think he does, is be able to attack me out. Now, I did not give him any outs other than that, so I think he's got it. Let's see how it goes. The life burst was pretty unfortunate. I think if anything, we're going to blame any reason to lost the game, it'll be the life burst. I'm going to go into attack phase.
I'm not going to do anything.
Interesting.
Oh, wait, did you want a Demeter?
Yeah, I was just going into attack phase, so I'm going to Demeter.
Gotcha.
We're going to Lancer something, and we'll Lancer this. We'll pay with a Demeter itself. Alright, I'm giving the Lancer to my Fenrir.
You got it.
So he could whiff. I mean, he'd have to draw spell, but that's going to be tough for him to do. Attack with Demeter to vanish. Attack under. And then attack with Fenrir with Lancer.
Nothing.
Cool. I will attack with Nova. Nova will trigger to get me back a guard if I have one. Let's see. I do. I'll put that back into my hand. And then Nova attack.
Kagasuchi. Let me see what I got.
He's got a rose quartz, so this is basically game over here. He would have entered that rose quartz like that. He put down turn 1 like pretty immediately. Yep.
Let's hit the Demeter.
Cool. So yeah, there's basically no wiggle way out of this. He played the game perfectly. He can open up 2 lanes. So the only chance that I have is if those are spells. But even if those are spells, he can kill out my typo and then just end the game on me. And I'm almost certain he runs Burning Curiosity as another way to start beating up Nova. Again, this I think Mario played it out perfectly. I actually don't think I did anything wrong. Rushing the Bang to Capo out could have been a mistake. But I also would have taken a lot of damage if I didn't. So, yeah, Burning Curiosity.
Fenrir?
Sure. You should bounce my typo for flexing.
I'm thinking about it, but I actually think I guaranteed lose if I do that. Because if you hit a Folklore here, I lose the game. Wait, how many Folklores are out, actually? Now that I'm asking.
Yeah. Let me count. I only run 3, but he doesn't know that. 1. Only 1. There's only 1 in my trash.
I'm too scared. Hirana wants... Oh, wait, no, I can't even once per game. What am I saying?
I mean, you can if you bounce.
True. Big true. Then I lose the Folklore guaranteed.
So this is pretty
it's
iron.
pretty much like I lose to... I can either... I think doing this guarantee wins me the game. I'm pretty sure, right?
1, I can lane fill. Potentially. So I can lane fill and I've got both.
Yeah, we'll go to attacks.
Go for it. I can lane fill. And that will do it for me too. I got a lane filler.
Okay, alright.
And so we'll take this and we'll put it in the open lane.
I will pass.
Ooh, he just passed.
Oh, wait.
I mean, if you want to let me keep the guard, I will.
Yeah.
Alright, we got another lease on life here. I think he probably should have Akino'd there, because it just... The only thing he would lose to is a Folklore, right? And there's one in there that's a very small chance. And I actually just saw one off the top, so there's no Folklores coming. But we can not Demeter here. That's stinky poo-poos. I think I'll skip enter.
Sure thing. Sure, you got a lot of enter there.
It's true. I got a little bit here. So I don't have any blue cards in hand right now, which stinks, but is fine. He has the guaranteed win here with Akino no matter what. So I'm just fucking around here. But let's go ahead and finish this off. We'll do a Demeter. And then we'll tap out our Tamako. But if he doesn't Akino, then I can win. Hey, I'm gonna go to attacks here.
Sure thing.
So it is correct to attack with Demeter.
Oh wait, were you not gonna use the meter?
I don't have a colorful field. I just have a pretty white field.
Oh, you don't. Sorry, then I won't respond.
Yeah. Cool.
We'll bounce the Kome.
Yeah, GG, man, you got it. But we'll play it out for the viewers. I vanish out the the rose quartz. I go to attack with the Nova. It puts 2 triggers on the stack. The first one gets me back my guard. And the second one I can pay.
The Kome should be in your hand, actually.
What? Sorry?
The Kome should be in your hand.
Oh, did you bounce it?
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah. I don't pay the 2 enter, and I just attack with 1.
Servant. Yeah.
Look at you getting all the flex bursts.
I'll just grab the Lancelot. Coming in hot.
It's so hot. Yeah, man. You got it. Go win this game.
Sure thing. I'll just draw 2. I will do literally nothing. I'll once per game because why not? And then I'll just go to attacks.
Yep. You got there. Yeah, I got the second guard in case you wants the game.
I was telling it to the viewers that there's no way that you don't have a second guard. And so I was like, even if I once per game, it's not gonna really matter.
Yeah. I think
the last one was nothing.
I was talking on my side, and I think Akinoing back there was probably still right, because how many you had 3 life cloth or 2 life cloth left, right?
Yeah, I had 2 life cloths. So I was also telling them that your last line of defense is to be able to Demeter Demeter Kome to be able to push 3 damage. But I was like, because I left the Akino up, I guarantee that I can't lose.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you wanted to win on the turn prior, you probably could have. While I do have some amount of folklores in here, it would lane clutter no matter, I counted and I was like, oh, there's a lane clutter there no matter what. So without the Akino, I can survive another turn. But you made the right play to hold off on it to win the longer game. Yeah,
because if I did Akino there specifically, I limit my ways of winning if I do hit a folklore. Because then I would have to top deck exactly Rose Quartz, or if you had a 10k, I would have to get Inferno, and that it just makes my outs a lot more limited. And so going for that there guarantees that I can win the following turn. Totally.
I think it was pretty much a picture perfect game. I may have banged a capoed slightly too early, but it's always a risky proposition to let myself get to 2 life cloth against you.
Yeah, it's a hard decision. I don't blame you, because then you'd have to bank on life burst, which you can't necessarily always do. You can never think that you're gonna fully hit the life burst every single game. I was under the assumption that I can maybe hit a Sita or 2 to be able to get some lane clear, but you can never bank on it. You always have to think about what you can do or what you have to do if you're not gonna hit a life burst.
Yeah, at that point I was at 0 guards in hand, and I was like, I will not win this game if I don't do this here and start getting guards back to my hand.
Yeah, and plus it turns on your Nova as soon as you start as soon as you hit 3, so you're able to just start recurring that servant if you did draw it, which you did, and so you're able to get that reoccurring servant immediately.
Yep. Good games, man. Picture perfect.
Yeah, that was a good game. My heart was still racing, because I was just thinking man, I can draw dead at any point, and this game will be flipped in half.
Yeah, that is true. I think in order to beat Nova, you need to tech a little bit more spells in your no limit deck than you normally would, and because of that, it ends up upping your whiff chance.
Yeah. The thing too is yeah, like I said, how I was top decking cards and going over my win conditions when you fully grown out on turn 2, I was like, oh, now this turns on Nobunaga. and you're probably gonna discard my hand this turn, which you did, and then I peeled 2 cards. They were like, I forgot what they were, but then I played Hirana, and then I ripped the Nobunaga, and I was like, ah, yes, there it is.
Yeah. I was literally saying at the beginning, I was like around level 1 Nova, I was like, one of the ways they win this late game is they open up a single hole Nobunaga on turn 3. So my goal is to discard as much as possible, so that way I can limit that option.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a really good game. And props to you for playing around the I think it was the volcanic I hit on like turn 3 for you. I was big sad.
yeah, and then my once a turn sacrifice to be like, no, there's no 5,000s on the field on a level 2.
I was mentioning the previous recording that we did, and how that like partially determined the game when you left the 5K on board.
Well, yeah, because I was like, sometimes you can get greedy with this, but like against Mario, you can't get greedy. He will optimize every turn.
Man, it's God, man, this matchup just makes me shake. I know it's a friendly game and all, but it's like I'm still shook. This matchup's hard.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna plug on both our channels right now for the Selector Series. Don't forget, guys, if you want to be able to play with me and Highlander TCG and Tiffany and everyone else in the content creation sphere, this is your chance to go check out the links below and go join up.
Yeah, wonderful plug. I don't really. I don't necessarily need to do the plug, thankfully, because you did it. But I will still put obviously all the channels of all the content creators and the link for the tournament itself in the description down below. We still want to fill up on players. We still want people to join. There's a lot of cool stuff, and that cash prize. I keep telling people that cash prize is gonna be really cool if we get enough players for it.
Yeah, dude, and I also want to plug you, man, on Highlander TCG, because like the truth is, you put a pretty good deck together there. That No Limit is not a joke. So it's one of the reasons why I want you to be supported. So that way I know what to play in the ceremony.
Oh yeah, I mean, same to you. You're obviously like an insanely intelligent player, and that's why, like I said, even in a friendly game, I'm still kind of shaken. You have all these like techs too that I'm not ready for. I'm thinking about like, oh, people are playing like the same No Limit deck, and you're out here with these like tech one-ofs that I'm not ready for. And like, I'm definitely not going to be expecting them if you ever show up at like a tournament with them too.
Man, I ain't no second place person. You clearly are ready for it. I'm only 5th over here.
I don't know. I don't play around tech cards, man. If there's one thing I'm an advocate for, I don't like one-ofs in this game in particular. And so when I see those one-ofs, they get me all the time, and I'm like, wow, why can't I do that?
Dude, you are not joking. I played the most recent loot card tournament, and I 100% just got like shot in the foot by all these crazy life bursts that got popped up out of nowhere, and I'm like, that's not a normal card you play. I don't know.
Yeah, I did actually watch your finals, the semifinals, I believe it was against the mirror match, which was taking a very extra amount of time.
Yeah, turns out, Arcwayne is specifically good in the mirror. I don't know if it's great everywhere else with Nova, but it's good in the mirror.
Yeah, I was talking about Arcane too in the middle of the game. Arcane's a little weird, but it is hard because the life burst specifically in this deck in Nova is it's pretty tight. It's pretty hard to pick and choose what you want for your life burst.
Yeah, 100%. That's the problem I run into all the time. Anyways, man, it was great playing you again, and I hope to play you again in the future.
Oh yeah, we definitely will. We'll definitely do more recordings, different matchups, and stuff like that. Make this a series if possible.
Hell yeah! All right, dude. See ya.
All right, see ya, man.